Class 11th, Subject Physics, 13th chapter, Electromagnetic Waves and Communication System. From the chapter, let us see the elements of communication system. Elements of communication system, that is basic parts of the communication system. Any communication system consists of three basic elements. First one, transmitter, second is communication channel, and third is receiver. So transmitter, communication channel and receiver are the basic elements of every communication system. The block diagram for communication system is as shown with its elements. So it will consist of the information source which sends the message signal to the transmitter. Then transmitter will transmit that signal, and therefore transmitted signal will be supplied to this channel, for which again noise will be added. Then from this channel the received signal will be received by this receiver. Then from this receiver the message signal will be provided to use of information, that is the user, which will be acting as the output. So here use of information, that is this message signal will be given to the user of this information. So this will be the block diagram for this communication system. And now let us see some of the basic terms which are related with the electronic communication system. So the electronic communication system will be having some of the basic terms, and these terms we will have defined one by one. The very first term is signal. The information converted into electrical form that is suitable for transmission is called as the signal. The information converted into electrical form that is suitable for transmission is called as the signal. Now the signal is classified into two groups, that is analog signal and the digital signal. Analog signal and digital signal. Now what is analog signal? A continuously varying signal in the form of voltage or current is called as the analog signal. A continuously varying, that is changing signal in the form of voltage or current is called as analog signal. For example, the sound and picture signals in TV are analog signals. So in case of TV, the sound as well as picture signals are the analog signals. On the other hand, what is that digital signal? A digital signal, that is a signal in the form of voltage or current for which have only two discrete values is called as the digital signal. A signal in the form of voltage or current for which only two discrete values are there is called as the digital signal. That is, it will be having low and high like this, only two discrete values, and therefore a square wave is a digital signal. Square wave is the digital signal. Sinusoidal wave will be the analog signal, and the square wave is the digital signal. Now let us see the second term, that is transmitter. What is that? Transmitter. A transmitter converts the signal produced by a source of information into a form suitable for transmission through a channel and the subsequent reception. So this transmitter is nothing but a transmitter converts the signal produced by a source of information into a form suitable for transmission through a channel and the subsequent reception. Then third is transducer. What is that? Transducer The device which converts one form of energy into another form of energy is called as transducer. The device that converts one form of energy into another form of energy is called as transducer. For example, the loudspeaker is the transducer which converts electrical energy into sound energy. Then next term is receiver. What is that? A receiver. So receiver receives the message signal at the channel output, reconstitutes it in recognizable form of original message for delivering it to the user of information. So the receiver receives the message signal at the channel output, reconstitutes it in recognizable form of original message for delivering it to the user of information. Then next term is noise, which is the unwanted part or portion, and therefore a random unwanted signal is called as noise. The random unwanted signal is called as noise. The source generating noise may be located inside or outside the system. Then next term is attenuation. Now what is that attenuation? The loss of strength of signal while propagating through the channel is called the attenuation. The loss of strength of signal while propagating through the channel is called as attenuation. The next term is amplification. What is that? Amplification. So the amplification is the process of raising the strength of signal using an electronic circuit called as amplifier. So amplification is the process of raising, that is increasing the strength of a signal using an electronic circuit called as amplifier. The next term is range. What is that? Range. The maximum distance between the source and a destination up to which the signal can be received with sufficient strength is called as range. The strength of the signal must be sufficient when it goes from a source to its destination, then such type of distance will be called as the range, that is maximum distance between a source and destination up to which the signal can be received with sufficient strength is called as range. And therefore the range is nothing but it is the maximum distance between the source of that signal or source of the message and its destination, that is for which place it is received. That maximum distance will be called as range. Then next term is, from this next term it will be bandwidth. What is that? Bandwidth. The range of frequencies over which an electronic circuit operates efficiently is called as bandwidth. The range of frequencies over which an electronic circuit operates efficiently is called as the bandwidth. Then next term is modulation. What is that? Modulation. The process of superimposing a high frequency wave, that is process of mixing a high frequency wave called as carrier wave with the signal so that it can be transmitted to larger distances is called as modulation. The process of superimposing a high frequency wave called as carrier wave with the signal so that it can be transmitted to larger distances is called as modulation. Then the reverse process of this modulation will be next, that is demodulation. So in case of modulation, carrier wave is mixed with the signal, but in demodulation it will be separated, and therefore the process of regaining the signal from modulated wave is called as demodulation. The process of regaining the signal from the modulated wave is called as demodulation. That is, in case of demodulation, carrier wave and signal will be separated. And then next one term will be there, and that is repeater. What is that? A repeater. So the combination of a transmitter and a receiver, the combination of the transmitter and receiver is called as a repeater. So repeater is nothing but it is the combination of a transmitter and a receiver. Now they are used to increase the range of communication system. They are used to increase the range of communication system. Now let us see in detail, that is modulation. So in case of modulation, let us see, when a high frequency carrier wave is mixed with the wave, when a high frequency carrier wave is mixed with the wave, that is signal, at that time frequency, amplitude or phase of that wave gets changed. Frequency, amplitude or phase of that wave gets changed, and then modulation helps to avoid the mixing of signals from different transmitters. Due to the modulation, we can avoid the mixing of signals from different transmitters, and therefore now if you consider this modulation, then there will be three different types of modulation. First one is amplitude modulation, that is there will be change in amplitude. Second is frequency modulation, there will be change in frequency. And third one, that is phase modulation, PM, so in which there will be change in phase. And therefore now let us see these three types again. First is amplitude modulation. Amplitude modulation, so it is simple, important and has large range. So amplitude modulation is simple, it is very important, and it has large range. Then its disadvantages are, some of the disadvantages of this amplitude modulation will be there. First one, it is not efficient as far as power usage is concerned. If you consider the power usage, then it is not efficient. Second, it is prone to noise, that means it will be having noise. And third one, the reproduced signal may not match the original signal. So in case of amplitude modulation, the reproduced signal may not match the original signal. Now let us see second, that is frequency modulation or FM, frequency modulation. It is complicated and has difficult characteristics, that is frequency modulation is complicated and thus difficult to implement. So implementation of this is difficult. It reproduces original signal closely and is less susceptible to noise. So it reproduces the original signal closely and which is susceptible to noise. Now this is used for high quality broadcast. Frequency modulation will be used for high quality broadcast transmission. And now let us see third one, that is phase modulation, PM. Now phase modulation is easier than frequency modulation. It is used in determining the velocity of moving target, which cannot be done using the frequency modulation. So in case of phase modulation, it is easier than frequency modulation. Then it is used to determine the velocity of moving target, which cannot be calculated by using frequency modulation. So these are the three different types of modulation, that is amplitude modulation, frequency modulation and phase modulation. Now in this diagram, that is graphically, these modulation are shown here. So here the graph of displacement against time is plotted. So first one, A will represent a simple wave which is nothing but the carrier wave. So carrier wave. Then B will represent a pulse, that is square wave. It will be a square wave, that is called as pulse. And then C will represent amplitude modulation, that is here that amplitude of this signal is change. Amplitude is different as compared with the other amplitudes, and therefore it is amplitude modulation. Then in the next part, that is D, there will be frequency modulation, that is in this portion there is change in frequency of that carrier wave, and therefore here there will be frequency modulation. So it will represent frequency modulation. And then at E, there will be change in phase at these positions, and therefore it will represent phase modulation. So like this, diagrammatically, amplitude modulation, frequency modulation and phase modulation will be represented by considering the carrier wave and the pulse, that is the square wave.